Warehouse TV, and we're back.
We're back.
Yeah. So, firstly, I guess apologies. We haven't put a video out for probably a few months now. As I'm sure you can all imagine, with what's been going on, it's been a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it's been near on impossible to be able to get a video together with social distancing, everything else. So, we've basically spent all of our time making sure that you're getting your orders for your aquariums at home and making sure that side of the business is done.
For some context, I guess a little bit more detail. During lockdown, most of our support team and our catalogue and our IT guys have been working from home. And that meant that the warehouse guys who stayed working on site have all been as safe as possible. Yeah. And as Steve said, make sure that we can get orders to you guys to make sure that your aquariums can keep running and your hobby can carry on. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're turning a bit of a corner and we've started to bring a few guys back into the office on shared rotas and things. So we finally found a way and the time to start making some videos again. And this is kind of the new look, which means that we can be socially distanced.
Yeah, keep that distance away. It's good for me keeping this sort of distance away from Ryan. So for me, it works.
I'm not going to say likewise. I'm not going to lie myself. But the industry's carried on. And if you have been checking our social media in terms of Facebook and Instagram, or you sign up to our newsletter, or you just visit the site regularly, it has slowed down a little bit, but there's still been new products coming out, and we've still launched a few things that we had on our calendar of things to do for 2020. So really we want to take this opportunity as the first video back to briefly touch on some of those things, kind of get everyone back up to speed before we carry on as normal.
Give everyone a little overview of the new products that we think are standout, and then in the next few weeks we can jump on them and do a more in-depth video.
Yeah, do some of our closer look videos. But a lot's been going on in terms of products. I guess we should do that bit first. Our innovative marine kind of jumps to mind. For those of you that have either got innovative marine tanks and wanted the accessories, or been looking or waiting for an innovative marine aquarium, there was a delivery that was due to leave and come to us at the beginning of lockdown, and that obviously got pushed back.
Yeah, I think it was due to leave just as it hit.
Exactly that, yeah. And then obviously there was nothing shipping, and then there was a backlog, so we only recently got that delivery in, and unfortunately not all of the models were in.
No, some of the popular ones were out of stock because they couldn't manufacture them, so it was a little bit of a light delivery.
Yeah, but there's another one already on its way, so hopefully a couple of weeks' time we'll have the full range back in. What we did get on the latest delivery was their really great and what's proved to be really popular new concept aquarium. Yeah. So they already have the Peninsula and the Panorama drop-off tanks, and they've released another aquarium within their concept range, which is what those aquariums are in, called the Encore.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. It's a tank that we've always kind of spoken about.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept to be able to have two aquariums next to each other, independently but together. Yeah. So you can have a freshwater, small nano aquarium next to a small nano marine aquarium.
Yep.
And it just looks really,
really you have a frag tank and a nano tank, or a quarantine and a frag tank.
Yeah.
And the aquarium is completely divided down the middle, even through the filtration. So you can even have completely separate filters if you're running a treatment or copper or like you say, fresh water and salt water. It's just a cool little concept.
There's not really anything else out there. I mean, there are for some of the Siamese fighting fish or better. You have those sort of tanks, but for the larger scale, it's a cool concept.
Yeah. So they've been really popular, and also coming on the new shipment, they didn't arrive on this one. Innovative Marine are bringing out a gloss white cabinet to go with their aquarium. So they already do an aluminium framed cabinet for all of their tanks that we sell.
Yeah.
But only in black at the moment. A lot of you have been asking about white tanks and white cabinets, and they're coming.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely, with all of the other ranges of tanks, white's always as popular as the black. Yeah. So I think you're going to get, a lot more people are going to want them because they'll fit in with their homes and stuff. So it's definitely a good move and one to watch for.
Yeah. So I mean, that's IM, and again, apologies if you've been waiting. I know some of you guys have been waiting for certain models. They're coming, I promise. Other things, I mean, it's been pretty pump heavy, hasn't it?
Yeah. There's a lot of new pumps coming out, return pumps and flow pumps.
Yeah, I guess Reefwave was probably the earliest one. That was probably just before we went into
Just
lockdown,
at the start,
but we didn't quite get round to doing the video.
It was definitely a video that we had earmarked straight away to do, and it happened just at that time. So unfortunately, we didn't get to do it, but we still will do it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So Reefwave, just as a brief bit of an outline, Reefwave is a new gyre style pump from Red Sea. Some of you may already have it because, like we said, it's been out for a while, or have already seen details on them. But they come in two different sizes: Reefwave 25 and a Reefwave 45. I think that the Reefwave 25 is 7,500 litres,
and the 7,500 litres. The 45 is double that, 15,000 litres. So they've got some, varied flow for your different size aquariums.
Yeah.
They're also, the good thing about them is you can use them on Red Sea's Reefbeat app, so they are wirelessly connective, or you can use them straight out of the box just with a controller.
Yeah.
So they're good to use straight away out of the box.
So if you've got other Red Sea products and you're used to that Reefbeat Connect app, then that might be, if you're looking for a new power head or to upgrade, then that might be the pump for you. Again, it's, as we said, it's a gyre pump, so all the same features as a gyre. If you want that kind of circular motion,
you've got loads of different modes.
You want to mount it higher in the aquarium, or you want two directional options on either side of the gyre pump, so you can have two different areas of flow. And they're just really versatile pumps, and they seem to be, that whole gyre style pump is
It seems
growing,
to be the way that a lot of people are going. They're realising, Max Spec were the first people to really bring one out, and from that, a lot of other, companies have designed their own or made their own, and they just seem to be the way that a lot of people are going.
Yeah, that's it. Another we'll come back to Max Spec. You mentioned it. We'll come back to that because they've released a whole range of products. But in terms of return pumps, one of our most popular return pump, the TMC Reef pumps, they've brought out a Connect version, what they're calling a Connect version. So they come, I think, in three different sizes. A 2,500, a 5,000, and I think a 10,000. And very similar design, slightly, kind of.
They're sort of jazzed up a little bit. They've got some different colours to them. But very similar to the really popular, like Ryan said, reef pumps that we've sold. So many of, and they've just sort of updated them a little bit and added that connectivity, so you've got that on the controller, you can have a look on an app.
And that's Bluetooth, not Wi-Fi.
Bluetooth connectivity.
Again, a lot of products are kind of heading towards Bluetooth, a direct link connection.
Yeah, it just means that straight away you get on the app and you go onto it, you can see it straight away, and it just gives you the information there and then when you need it.
So if you're looking for a new return pump, or you've got a new setup, then that's certainly one to look at.
Yeah, it's definitely one to look
sits
at.
kind of in that mid-range. It's not the really high-end pumps, it's not the cheaper pumps, and it's got that controllability if you're looking for that kind of DC control. Another little pump that I really like is this Seache Ultra Zero kind of utility maintenance pump. I don't actually know how long Seache have been producing this, but it's pretty new to us.
We've only been listening it for a very short period, but it's been very popular in that period.
Yeah, so it's a utility pump where the suction is basically on the bottom of the pump. So in terms of if you're doing like clearing out water changes or moving water around or cleaning sumps out.
For me, whenever I look at it, and I just think I need one for my sump, just to be able to clear all of the detritus from the bottom of my sump. Yeah, it would just make it so much easier.
Yeah, so that will literally leave like a mil or two of water at the bottom.
Mil, 2 mil.
And it's got a standard like 3/4 inch thread on it, so you can kind of fit any tube into it. Seache, reliable brand. I think it comes with a 2-year warranty. I think it's about 80, 85
Yeah,
pounds.
around that. It's not. Yeah, it's around 89, 90 pounds. But it's just one of those pumps, especially if you've got a larger tank, a larger reef tank or freshwater tank. Yeah, it's definitely something that you should have in the cupboard. It's going to really come in handy.
Yeah, it's handy pump to have in your arsenal. Yeah. I guess we mentioned it earlier, but going back to gyres and stuff like that, Max Spec have brought out a whole range of products that they're calling the Jump range, and it's basically pitched at the middle kind of price bracket. So not the really high-end stuff, not the cheap stuff, but trying to fill what they see as a void in that mid-range product line.
It fills that mid-range area, but it's still got the same build quality. And like we were saying before, a lot of the features that you'd expect on their high-end products sort of filter down onto them.
Down, yeah.
So like the gyro pumps, they come in two sizes. You have a 2K and a 2K and a 4K.
Yeah.
So two different sizes, similar to the other pumps on the market with the volume, but really good price bracket. Around £160 for the smaller unit, and around 200-ish for the larger one. So I mean, really good value for money.
Yeah, and it's worth pointing out that although you can still get the multi-directional stuff and you get that gyre technology if you want to move water that way, and all the features that are good with a gyre, you can put them nearer the top of the tank or sideways. But the way they've kept the price down is that now it doesn't have any Wi-Fi.
Yeah, there's no Wi-Fi connectivity.
Yeah, so if you even want to keep the budget in check, or you are one of those people that's just not really worried about controlling your pump from your phone, you still get a controller.
There's a lot of people that will, they don't want an app. They want to be able to just get a controller, use it, and the controller has got a nice LCD screen on it. You've got a lot of features that you can see that you're doing on there. So it's by no means
you've
like
still
lacking
got
in control.
you've still got the features of constant mode or random mode or pulse or whatever. I'm not sure what Max would call them, but the same kind of features you'd expect from that kind of pump at that kind of price, but just without the Wi-Fi.
Without the Wi-Fi,
And in the same, they've got their jump return pumps as well.
Yeah, again, they're aimed in the middle ground. They're well-built pumps with controllability. Yeah. Again, DC control.
Yeah, I think four sizes.
4 sizes, yeah.
So it's 4 sizes from... So you've kind of got every tank size covered, and I think between 170 and about 250 pounds, something like that.
Again, they're really well priced.
Yeah, so still DC controlled, still got a controller, which ironically only a year or so ago was the latest technology. It's only very recently that
very
all
rarely
that
would you have
Wi-Fi
a
stuff
return pump with Wi-Fi or Bluetooth.
Yeah, exactly. But then there's two kind of brand new products, kind of, that are, in my opinion, the stars of the show. The first is the Max Spec Jump LED light. It's called a MJL165. It's like really catchy name. Sounds like a droid or something from a Star Wars movie. But we're going to just call it Max Spec Jump LED. Yeah. But really small, really well built, compact unit. Does a 24-inch spread.
24-inch spread. I think 6 colour channels.
Yep. So whites, cool whites, UVs, all the kind of normal stuff. And comes with a bracket as well.
It comes with a bracket as well. And out of the whole jump range, that is the only one that is actually Wi-Fi controllable.
Right.
So there is an app for that. You can download it, and then you've got the full control on the app.
And that's about £220.
I think 210, 220 around that mark.
So you're getting a light that does a 24-inch spread, full spectrum, with a bracket, with Wi-Fi for £220. And there's not many other kind of lights in the range that will do that spread. There's a couple, but if you're in the market for a light at that price point,
it's definitely a contender. It's definitely one to look at.
That's probably one to look at.
One of the guys here has recently just purchased one, and they're going to be setting that up. So we'll have a little bit of an in-depth from there. We've not managed to get one out of the box really yet, but
we'll try and get some pictures once he's got it up, and we'll put them on our social media platform so that you guys can see what the output's like. But that's one that will definitely do a closer look.
It definitely looks like it's high in the contender list. I definitely want to have a closer look at it and see. The only thing you might notice from the boxes as well is that they've gone for quite a garish colour scheme, similar to the Reef pump, but they've gone sort of orange and black.
Orange is the new Reef colour, isn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't bother me. I quite like it, but it's just one of those things.
Yeah, and then the fourth product in the jump range is the Max Spec Jump Skimmer, which is basically a smaller sibling version of the Air Aqua Duo skimmer that Max Spec brought out, which has been really popular. Featured some really innovative kind of design features.
Yeah, it had some really cool features that no other skimmer really had out there.
But that came at a price, and they're about £600, and they do up to about 1,700 litres. So big skimmer for big tanks. But now what's really nice is you can buy a smaller version for maybe smaller aquariums that again, some of that technology from the bigger skimmer that everyone liked has trickled down.
I mean, it's got some of the features that we really liked on the other skimmer. The gate valve on it is really nice. A little
it's kind of built into the body,
built into the front of the body, and you just open and close with a little a knob on the side. But also, it's got the float switch in the collection cup.
Skimmer, so that will switch if your skimmer cup overflows. It will
shuts
switch
the motor off. And also, it's still got that dual pump inside the body, which I thought that they maybe would have tried to having a single pump in there or something.
Especially because they've got the jump pumps,
but they've still gone with that dual, so that's really interesting.
Yeah, so you get the option to run both sides of that turbine pump. We made a video which featured that skimmer before, so we'll link that on the screen now. It also means you get two air intakes. And it's a different sort of silencer on there, built-in silencer. But it looks really. Yeah, that's about £350, I think. And Max Spec are claiming that for a normal or low stocked aquarium, that will do up to 1,000 litre tanks. And if you've got a heavily stocked tank, about 400 litres. But £350, again, that whole range, they've kind of nailed it with sitting in that middle price bracket.
It all looks, when you look at it on paper or look at it when you're looking at the boxes, it just looks good value for money.
That's it.
A lot of features for not a great deal of money.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of other, not so necessarily new products, the last couple of weeks, Ecotech's Mobius platform, that's really rolled out, hasn't it? So you're now seeing new Vortex pumps. Obviously, the Versas and the new Radians were also on that platform. They've started to come with the Wi-Fi Bluetooth chip enabled. So if you're buying that now, you can access the Mobius control platform, and that means that you don't need to have the Reef link to control it wirelessly, which is a massive feature. We did a video while we visited Ecotech in America last year, so again, we'll link that on the screen now. But if you've either got Ecotech products or you're looking to purchase new equipment, Ecotech having Mobius should certainly be something to consider.
I've recently, all of my system is now moved over to Ecotech and Mobius, and it's it's so good. You can just control everything. It's all there at hand. And before you get that sort of wireless, you think, why would I need that? But once you've got it, you really realise how it helps.
Yeah, especially if you've got the whole system.
Yeah,
you've got lots of products on one platform. It's pretty great.
It's definitely the way to go.
I mean, what else has really helped? That's kind of it for products.
I mean, the only other thing that we can touch on, we're going to be adding them very soon, but we've got the new Real Reef flowers. So that's something for when you're aquascaping to bear in mind. They look really nice.
And actually, I just realised there's one on the table. Really small product, but it turns one of my favourite accessories into probably one of the best accessories in my opinion. Tunzi do what they call the care magnet, which is, I've always had this issue with magnets scratching tanks. My OCD takes over.
Your OCD goes crazy.
And if you get a scratch on the tank, I just can't stand it. And for that reason, like many of you, I'm sure, used to steer clear of magnets. I used to pick up bits of the sand or gravel, and you can scratch your tank with it. Tunzi's magnet, the way the blades sit in line with the magnet, it
sort
sits
of
bridged over the magnet, so it means that the only bits of contact in touch with the glass on the inside are the actual blades themselves. The only downside I used to find with those magnets is that they never used to float. So,
and if you go a bit crazy cleaning, they can separate. You lose it at the bottom,
and then it's a pain. So they have brought out a float.
A little float that just basically goes around the magnet, the care booster they call it. And it just means that it adds the buoyancy it needs to be able to float to the top of the tank.
If you've got, we've sold so many of those Tunzi care magnets. So if you have got one, get one of those.
I mean it's the only annoying bit about that scraper is that it sometimes falls off, or that just solves it.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that's it in terms of products. And as we said, we'll put links in the description below. Any videos where we've featured these products before, we'll put on the screen. And we will also try and do closer look videos over the
closer
coming
look
weeks.
at any of these sort of products. But if there's anything out there as well that you've seen that's come out and you want to have a little bit more information on, or you
think we should be stocking,
give us a shout and we can definitely look at that as well.
So that's kind of it for products, but obviously during lockdown we have been very busy, but a lot of the projects that we had planned for spring and summer have kind of taken a little bit of a backseat. So just wanted to catch you up on what the plans are really. One thing we did carry on and put out there during lockdown was Coral Plus. So Coral Plus is our new way of purchasing our corals. We've had a lot of feedback over the last few years doing that, where a lot of the corals that we sell are what you see is what you get corals. So the individual picture on the website is the piece that you're going to buy. But we want to take that one step further so that you guys can really see what it is you're actually buying. Yeah,
we wanted to give you, I mean, you get a picture, it's a 2D, you can look at it, you have a reasonable idea of what you're going to buy, but at least if you're getting that video footage of somebody holding the coral with a little bit of, aspect and things,
you
can
get
a really good idea of what you're going to be purchasing.
Yeah, exactly that. So we've started to put some compilations of shots of corals that are going up for sale together, and then about once a month we're putting that video out on YouTube, and each of the corals featured on the video are one-offs. So they are what you see is what you get. So you get one chance to purchase that coral, and we try and cover multiple price brackets on there. But it's really helpful, especially if it's a more expensive coral or colony, that you get to see a video of it. Then the thing that really helps as well is what we've done with the postage while that video is going on.
So the postage, when you're purchasing these corals, you, within a certain period of time, you can put multiple corals into your basket, and it will only ever charge you the one postage.
So if a coral comes up at the beginning of the video, and you want to purchase that coral so that no one else buys that particular piece, purchase it, and it will charge you our standard $14.95 livestock delivery. Our system will then know that you've made that purchase, and if you purchase any other corals during the 48 hours between that video starting and after that, then it won't charge you delivery charge again. So it means when our fish house come to ship it out, they will just put it all in one box and you only get charged that one postage.
And I think that makes the difference, doesn't it? Because it gets a little bit complicated otherwise, so that just makes it really streamlined, easy to purchase, and you're only going to get that one postage.
At the minute, and we were just talking about this earlier, at the moment we are putting the videos out as a premiere video, and we're available on the chat to talk through us guys and some other guys on the team to talk through some of the corals or any questions that you might have. It'd be interesting to hear your feedback, whether you'd prefer someone on the video or whether you've had enough of us already.
It's whether you want that interaction of somebody there talking through the corals as well, or if you'd rather just see the corals.
We really want to build it as a community, so we'd be really interested to hear your feedback. Just drop us a message, get in touch, all the normal methods.
And just see what ideas you'll have as well to put into it.
See where Coral Plus goes. But that's been really exciting. We've got some, obviously, a lot of closer look videos to catch up on. But we've got a couple of new builds that we're going to be filming over the next couple of months, so watch out for those. Some of you might not be aware, but we've also got a maintenance and installation and design part of our business, and we do a lot of cool builds on that side of the business, and we just, Steve, you said
some of those tanks, I know that there's a lot of people out there watching these videos. You'll want to see those tanks.
So
they're impressive.
We're going to try and integrate some of the builds we're doing on the design and installation side. So watch out for those. And as we said with Coral Plus, any ideas? If you've seen products that you maybe think we should be stocking, or videos that you'd like to feature, whether they be how-to videos or closer look or build and design videos, feel free to get in touch. Comments down below.
Like you said before, we want to make this a community as well as Charterhouse TV. And if there's any ideas out there or things that you want to see, then we want to try and put that out there.
So I mean, that's kind of a roundup. So hopefully that's kind of caught you up. And again, apologies for not being around over the last few months. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're getting past the worst of it and we can do some more videos. Thank you for the support. Thank you for still placing the orders and for bearing with us in a few times that were quite difficult.
And stay safe, stay well.
And hopefully you'll see us again not too distant future.
Very soon.
Yeah. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so that you see all these videos coming up. Make sure you click that bell notification, and we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.